Okay, so this is the one, this is part 3. Okay, so let's look at the questions one more time, just a quick browse through, and then we will answer the questions. The speaker will speak very fast because they are native speaker. All right, so they are actually at the Cambridge level, so they speak quite fast. All right, so you will hear 5 short extracts in which teenagers are talking about living online. So from question 16 to 20, choose from the list A to G what each speaker says. Use the letter one only once. There are 2 extra letters which you do not need to use. So you will hear each recording twice, answer all the questions. So can you read A to G?
Has recently learned about some of the negative effects of excessive online communication. Is suffering from the fear of missing out. Has witnessed great changes in the way we communicate over recent years. Thinks limiting teenagers' access to technology is unfair. Wish people would talk more. Wishes people would talk more in person. Enjoy being able to contact all friends with the same message at once. Same message at once. Is quite happy for any photos of themselves to be posted online.
Okay, to be posted. This one pronounces posted. Sometimes sometimes we do not need to read the last syllable. Sometimes we need to read. Okay, there's a grammatical rules on that, but it's okay. That is not our emphasis here. So the first one, excessive means huge amount or a lot. Last time we mentioned about this one. And also fear of missing out means fear of not in the know. So another term is called FOMO, short term. If you know this one, you can use this one, FOMO. Okay, fear of missing out. Short form is F stand for fear, O is of, and missing out. FOMO. We call it more FOMO because people want to be in the know. Or if I do not know anything, so that means I have some problem. So people always suffer to have that kind of phobia. So we call it FOMO. FOMO is a kind of phobia. It's not real fear, but it's irrational fear. Okay, do you understand this one? Do you understand?
Yep.
Okay, so living online. What do you understand about living online?
Um, 住在网上.
So what does that mean to you?
Always stick to the screen.
Stick to what?
Stick to the screen.
Stick to the screen. Okay, they spend a lot of time on the screen, right? They spend a lot of time, but of course, it has to do with the life that they do through online most of the time. For example, during the COVID pandemic, right? We do a lot of online classes, and online, we have to contact each other through online virtual communications. Everything is online, even classes, because that was during the pandemic time. And of course, nowadays, more and more people are more on the online, more toward online, because a lot of people spend more time on the screen rather than in person, spending time in person, talk face to face. So this is called living online, especially during especially for those people who are in these digital generations. Okay, all right. So you understand now. So let's listen, and then you will try to guess the answer. So my format here is wrong because somehow it doesn't work well. So you just guess speaker 1, speaker 2, speaker 3, speaker 4, and speaker 5. Altogether, there are 5 speaker, and then you guess speaker 1 is referring to which letter, and speaker 2 is their speech is referring to which letter. So altogether, there are 5 speaker. Are you clear?
Yep.
So you just write speaker 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 is what? 2 is what? Okay. All right. So let's play this one. I'll put it here.
I think that even up until just a few years ago.
Hang on. Is it this way? Okay, yes. Yeah. Can you hear anything?
Can.
Carefully.
Speaker 1.
I think that even up until just a few years ago, we could never have imagined how our behaviour would change with regards to using mobiles and tablets. I know that I would find it incredibly difficult to live without my mobile. I'm constantly looking at my phone to see if I've got any new messages or updates, and checking my apps to see what's new. I wouldn't say that I post my life online, not like some people I know, but I do like to keep up with what people are up to, friends, family, and even other people I know but maybe haven't seen for years, like old school friends, and check out photos of what they look like now.
Okay, so I will play another round and then you listen.
To G, what each speaker. You now have 30 seconds to. Now we are ready to start. Listen carefully.
Speaker 1.
I think that even up until just a few years ago, we could never have imagined how our behaviour would change with regards to using mobiles and tablets. I know that I would find it incredibly difficult to live without my mobile. I'm constantly looking at my phone to see if I've got any new messages or updates, and checking my apps to see what's new. I wouldn't say that I post my life online, not like some people I know, but I do like to keep up with what people are up to, friends, family, and even other people I know but maybe haven't seen for years, like old school friends, and check out photos of what they look like now.
Okay, so can you recognize the accent the person speak? Can you recognize the accent?
Not 100%.
Say again.
Not 100%.
Okay, the accent is actually Irish. Irish is Ireland, 爱尔兰人的口音 Irish accent. Okay, all right. So which answer do you think it is? Try to guess. Even you guess wrongly, it's okay. Speaker 1. So this is which one?
I circle G.
G, yeah. Okay, is quite happy for any photos of themselves. Did he say themselves or his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend? Okay, I'll let you read the script and then you try to tell me the answer. G is, okay, I'm not going to tell you correct or not, so I will show you the script and then you guess, you tell me. Okay, hang on just a moment. Just a moment. Okay. Okay, speaker 1. Look at the script here. I'll make it bigger. Okay, so can you read this one?
I think that even up until just a few years ago, we could never have imagined how our behavior would change with regards to using mobile and tablets. I know that I would find it got any new
incredibly difficult to
I will find it incredibly difficult to live without my mobile. I'm constantly looking at my phone to see if I have got any new message or updates and checking my
updates
and checking my apps to see what's news. I would not say that I post my life online, not like some people I know, but I do like to keep up with what people are up to, friends, family, and even other people I know but maybe haven't seen for years. like old school friends and check out photos of what they look like now.
Okay, yeah. So this one is more on the old school friends. Yeah, friends, family, and not about themselves, right? Not about themselves, right? So, and then you look carefully. So this one is referring to which one? You try to see carefully. I'll post. Okay, hang on. Let me go back to the other one, listening. Okay, now A, B. So can you see this one, the choice? Okay, which one is referring to? Can you try again?
F.
Which one?
Contact all friends.
Contact all friends. Where?
F.
F is enjoy being able to contact all friends with the same message at once. This is about sending the message at once. They are able to send out the message to all friends. Okay, now we go back to this one. You tell me which line is talking about contact all friends, sending message at once. Sending message at once. That means one click of the message you send out to friends and you enjoy doing that. Is there anything talking about that?
Oh, no. No.
Is there anything talking about sending message? So it only says keep up with, right? Keep up with, and constantly looking at his phone to see if he got any new messages or updates, right? Okay, so I will go back here. So you try again. And which one?
Yeah, I have learned.
Okay. Negative effects of excessive online communication. Does it mention about negative effects?
No.
No, right? Okay.
He's suffering from.
Is it fear of missing out? Does he mention that he is suffering with that?
No.
No. Okay. So hang on. Let me go back here. So check again. No, right? It doesn't say he suffer, right? So look at the first and second line again. This one.
Yeah, let me take photo of the question because I cannot change it and I can't see the question.
Oh, okay. All right. So you take photo here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and then this one.
Yeah, just now you mentioned the talk more in person. What is the meaning again?
Talk more in person? Which one? Talk more in person?
The
What?
which people would talk more in person.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish that people can talk more in person. In person means you see each other face to face.
Okay.
In person means physical, you face each other face to face talk. So it's called we talk. I wish that people can talk more in person. All right. Yeah. So I want you to look at the A to G, and then you tell me, you look at particularly check on these few lines. Okay.
C.
Yes.
Is witness great.
Okay. So what is the keywords here? Did you hear the word change? Did you hear the word change? Behavior would change, right? So that is the highlight here. This one is the highlight. Yeah. He speak quite fast, so I understand. Okay, majority of the students, they cannot guess these questions. It's very hard. Okay, all right. So let's look at the second one. So without seeing the or transcript first, okay, and then you listen. Train our listening, okay, skill.
Speaker 2.
Oh, hang on. Let me. Okay, can you hear? Can you hear?
Yes.
In a way, I think it's quite funny that we're always worrying about teenagers and young people becoming obsessed with online communication. But if you ask me, we need to worry just as much about adults. At the office where I work, even when we have a break, nobody talks to each other unless they absolutely have to, which is a sorry state of affairs to say the least. Everyone's too busy checking their social networks and sending messages to have time to communicate face to face. People spend their lunchtime glued to their screens or barely glance up from their phones. Even during meetings, people can't resist subtly checking their phone. And what really irritates me is when you're trying to talk to someone and they're more interested in looking at their phone than paying attention to what you're saying, even though you're right in front of them. Phubbing, I think it's called.
Speaker 3. I was listening to this discussion.
Okay, all right, I'll play one more time.
Trying to catch insects.
Wait. Sorry.
Now we are ready to start. Listen carefully.
Sorry. No.
Old school friends. And check out photos of what they...
Communication. But if you ask me, we need to worry just as much about adults.
Speaker 2.
In a way, I think it's quite funny that we're always worrying about teenagers and young people becoming obsessed with online communication. But if you ask me, we need to worry just as much about adults. At the office where I work, even when we have a break, nobody talks to each other unless they absolutely have to, which is a sorry state of affairs to say the least. Everyone's too busy checking their social networks and sending messages to have time to communicate face to face. People spend their lunchtime glued to their screens or barely glance up from their phones. Even during meetings, people can't resist subtly checking their phone. And what really irritates me is when you're trying to talk to someone and they're more interested in looking at their phone than paying attention to what you're saying, even though you're right in front of them. Phubbing, I think it's called.
Okay.
Speak.
Okay, all right. So, try.
Teacher, you apply 你乘2倍啊？你乘2倍。
What
You why the speaker is like 这样乘2啊这样。
No there's no speed. I don't have any speed.
Wow, so fast.
Yeah, they speak very fast. That maybe I'm not too sure. It's really ridiculous, when people they use this kind of because if you do the native speaker, they talk like this one, right? So they can understand, but for Asian people, it's pretty tough. Yeah, I understand. So
Just now the people is which people? Is what people?
this one, I think is a British. So can you guess?
I thought it's A.
A is talking about excessive online communication. Okay. All right. So I'll let you see the script. Hang on. Okay. Where is it? The script. Okay. All right. So you read the script. Can you see the script now?
Yes.
Okay, can you read the script?
In a way, I think it's quite funny that we are always worrying about teenagers and young people becoming obsessed with online communication. But if you ask me, we need to worry just as much about adults. At the office where I work, even when we have a break, nobody talks to each other unless they absolutely have to, which is a sorry state of affairs to say the least. Everyone's too busy checking their social networks and sending messages to have time to communicate face to face. People spend their lunchtime go to their screens of barely glance up from their phones. Glance up from their phones. Even during meetings, people can resist constantly checking their phone. And what really irritates me is when you are trying to talk to someone and they are more interested in looking at their phone than paying attention to what you are saying.
Even
what you are
saying,
even though you are right even though you are right in front of them. Publishing, I think it's called
fapping. This is called fapping. Fapping. Okay, so is there any words you don't understand?
Fapping.
Fapping means you spend a lot of time looking in your phone or your gadgets. It's called fapping. In Chinese, called 低头族. Okay, fapping means
I thought just now she's saying the bad word.
Yeah, from far, right? So that one is FUCK. This is BBING. Okay, so this one is 低头族 how to write 啊？族低头族做的事情。Okay, 低头族做的事 is called fapping. Fapping means spending most of the time gluing onto the screen. Gluing onto the screen means 不是说你的脸粘在那个的 screen 上面，你的 phone 的 screen 上面，是 you spend a lot of time gluing onto it. Okay, gluing. I think I have an E here, gluing onto the screen. Okay, you can write down the meaning, fapping. Fapping, this one is a C2 words. Okay, this word comes about ever since the digital era comes. So in the past, they do not have this word. But then I think this word has been developed ever since the digital era commenced. That means the beginning of the digital era. So this word comes about. There are a lot of new terms like vlogging. You have never heard about vlogging in the past, but only until people started to do another way of reality show, not just through TV, but through online like YouTubing. So vlogging, the word comes about. So a lot of new terms will come about along the way. All right. Any other words? I will send you this transcript now. Obsess. What's the meaning of obsess? Obsess? Can you guess? People becoming obsessed. Okay, it means addicted to. Okay, addicted to, you can write down addicted to online communication. All right, and then glue to the screen. This one you understand the meaning, right? Glue to the screen. Okay, and barely glance up. What's the meaning of barely glance up? Barely, do you know the meaning barely? It means hardly. Okay, it means hardly. Right? It means hardly. 就是很少. Glance up means what? Glance up. It means look up. Look up. So people usually they are glued to their screens and hardly look up to people when people talk to them. They will continue to look at the screen. So it's just like the gadget becomes their own play doll, their own play toy, their toy. Okay. Okay. Any more words? Are you done?
Irritates.
Irritates. Okay. Where is it now?
The last three sentences. Yeah.
The last three?
But
the last sentence counting from the last, right? Or this one? Really irritates me. Irritates means annoyed me. Irritates means annoyed. Annoyed means 很令我弄到我不爽啊 something like that. Okay, and irritates 就是弄到令我很不好受。Okay, subtly the meaning of subtly means secretly. Subtly means quietly, secretly. 就是静悄悄的 ，OK， quietly and secretly, quietly and secretly. It's called subtly. You do it. You are not doing it in a brazen favor, attitude or behavior. You do it quietly and subtly. 就是很静悄悄的，不会让人家看到你在这样子做。Okay, so it's called subtly. Resist. Even during meetings, people can't resist. Resist means 不能够抗拒。Resist, the meaning of resist means 抗拒。You cannot resist. You cannot avoid the temptations. You can't avoid the temptations. Resist, the meaning of resist is unable to refuse. Resist means unable to refuse. 就是你不能够抗拒的，无法抗拒，无法抗拒。OK， 无法抗拒。OK。All right. Okay, are you done?
Yes.
Okay, you're done. All right. So let's look at the options, and then you try to figure out the answer.
B.
B is suffering from the fear of missing out, means fear of not in the know for more. Okay, let's look at this one, the list here. Okay, does she mention that she has the fear of missing out?
Maybe they say they stick on the screen. Glue to the screen.
Glue to the screen is she is commenting to other people, spending their lunch hour looking at the screen most of the time.